Thanks for your support as a channel member, Danny Leatherland. We continued our record of scoring points at every race so far this season, last time out in Monaco, but we did lose P4 to Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. We're bringing some upgrades to Monza today in the hopes of snatching it back. Hello folks and welcome to episode 26, I think, or 27 of Haas with F2 or GP2 Champions Only. I'm recording these in advance. I've kind of lost count of which episode is which. So we're gearing up for the Italian Grand Prix. That's what we're doing today, and we're also going to be bringing some new parts to the car. So we have we've got two of the front wing and rear wing available. They're still in manufacture. And then there is a new underfloor that is also being created and brought to life. So let's have a look at the car analysis screen before we put the upgrades on and see what they will do for us. So the grid average, we are slightly down on top speed, which is crucial around Monza, of course, as is high speed, which we do quite well at. So we are 7th for high speed, 11th for top speed, 3rd for acceleration. DRS effectiveness actually rather important in Monza because if you've got DRS and on the long straights you can go past with a bit more ease. So let's see what these new parts do for us. Although these ones, this front wing actually seems to be nerfing our low speed and high speed. I think the rear wing does the opposite. Yeah, it does. There we go. So we're kind of balancing things out. I think we've got a bit more medium speed out of the front wing. Let's see what that does for us now. So actually we're worse for acceleration, we're slightly better, and we're slightly worse for high speed. Maybe we don't put the new front wing on for this race. Let's see what happens, what it looks like with the old front wing, because that would just be silly, wouldn't it, to take a worse part to a race. So yeah, okay, let's go with the new rear wing and stick with the old front wing for today, and then we'll bring the new front wing. Maybe we'll just upgrade the new front wing and make that better perhaps, but yeah, here's the standings as we head to Monza. Nico Hülkenberg 7th in the Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship. We fell behind Mercedes, who had a good weekend in Monaco. Yeah, in a series gone by that would have been great news for us, but actually with Haas that's not such good news at all. But we have got a sprint weekend in Italy to contend with, so actually maybe in that regard it's better that we're only bringing one upgrade, because otherwise we can't perfect the setup quite as effectively. So yeah, more chances to score points. Let's get to qualifying and see where we can end up. We've successfully made it into Q3 with both drivers. We've had rain in both sessions, but we've done our flying laps on soft tyres. Essentially it's that where the rain comes midway through the session and everyone piles out of the pit lane, and around Monza all you have to do is follow somebody out and you will go fast. Let's crack on with Q3, which I'm guessing will be similar to the first two rounds of qualifying, and that there will be rain pretty quickly, yeah, in 4 minutes time. So all I have to do is follow somebody out. There goes Lewis Hamilton. I'm just going to wait for one of the Ferraris or something to go, and then we'll get a nice slipstream off of everybody else. So actually here comes Sergio Perez. So Drugovich, then Hülkenberg, please and thank you. Coming out, lads, there we go. So Hülkenberg is actually ahead. That's fine, but let's see what we can do then. We'll get the sector colours up. Hamilton is all on his own, so he's got clear track. Perez is punching a hole in the air for Stroll, and Hülkenberg is following the Canadian. Drugovich has actually dropped back a bit. That's not ideal, but he should still get some sort of slipstream from there, you would think. Through the first chicane then, neat and tidy. Hamilton setting the pace to begin with. I'm guessing Perez will immediately beat that, and then Stroll too. Yep, and then us. Hülkenberg, fastest man in the first sector, because we've got a double slipstream. Through the Lesmos we go. And we've been on pole position twice with Hülkenberg. Once in Suzuka for a normal Grand Prix weekend, and once in Austria last year at a sprint weekend. And we are purple in both sectors so far. Hamilton sets the pace to start with. He does a 20.7. Right, let's get the lap times up as they come across the line. Perez goes fastest. Stroll goes second. Hulkenberg, pole position for Nico Hulkenberg. Drugovich goes fourth. That's pretty decent, to be fair. What can Leclerc do? Sainz, sorry, that was coming over the line. He goes sixth. Oh, George Russell has beaten us by 0.03 of a second to pole position. Alonso, third fastest. Albon, last man across the line. The rain is coming, and he goes ninth. We will be on the front row for the Italian Grand Prix. I'm guessing Russell had the final sector of dreams. Indeed he did. Fastest man in the final sector. But a front row start. This is going to be fantastic. Could we actually get a podium this early in the season? Going to be tricky, but we'll give it our best shot. If you'd offered me 2 cars in the top 6 before qualifying, I'd have snatched your hand off for it. Bit gutted we've missed out on pole position, but you know, we're going to start on the front row of the grid. We've got our work cut out keeping Alonso and Perez and Stroll behind because they're in faster cars, but we could definitely give Russell a hard time, and Hamilton starting 10th could be advantageous for us as well. We're ahead of the Ferraris. This is going to be one heck of a Grand Prix. Let's sort some strategy out for it. Monza was one of the first sprint venues in Formula One, and it's back for us in Season 2. The 5 red lights are out, the race is on. What's Hulkenberg able to do off the line? Well, he's immediately lost position to Alonso. That is not the start with... Oh my gosh, the Aston Martins are flying. Alonso's gone from 3rd to 1st. That is absolutely not what we wanted. But Hulkenberg in the slipstream. He's just going to secure P3 here, I think. That's just about as much as we can do for now. We've got to hang on to this position because there is an angry pack of cars ready to just gobble us up. We pick up P3. Not the end of the world. And then DRS will be activated at the end of the first lap. So we might even be able to go with this lot. We have got ourselves back into P2 and we're taking the lead of the sprint, are we? Not quite. We managed to pass Alonso, I'm guessing with DRS. I'm not sure whether he was in the lead and we both went past him, but we found our way back into 2nd place. Drugovich is 5th. He's absolutely flying. This is great from Drugovich. This is more what we want to see from him because I would like to keep him. I mean, if I'm honest, I'd rather keep Drugovich than Hulkenberg for next season because having a young driver in the car would be a good fun way of creating a journey. We've seen Hulkenberg's career, not to slight him, but you know, he's old news. But he's very current news for us right now and doing a fabulous job for us. So don't tell him I said that. But he's currently P2 and I'm loving it. We are leading the sprint here in Italy. Through the Lesmo we go. Can we seal the deal? We're going to have to lose the lead though because DRS. Okay, well that's fine. We'll just pick up the pace again on the tyres. Was that Alonso going through? No, he didn't quite find a way past. Drugovich has dropped back to 7th and I think it's about to be 8th. No, he's secured the position ahead of Leclerc. But his tyres do need looking after. Everyone's on softs and Hulkenberg's doing a good job on his tyres as Drugovich does now drop to P8. And Hulkenberg just following George Russell. We might just need to pounce late on here. And then we can steal the win in the sprint, which unbelievable. I didn't expect to be fighting for a win. Here we go. We're going to take the lead. Let's just watch this through. There we go. Russell chopping across on Alonso. And Alonso says, I'm not having any of that. I'm still going around the outside. And I think our time in the lead is going to be short-lived. Fernando Alonso has made an error whilst leading. Off he goes at the 2nd Lesmo, concedes the lead. And Hulkenberg and everybody else, it seems, rampages past. Drugovich has had a bit of a fall from grace here. He was doing so well earlier on. He got to P5 and it seems he got stage fright and has just dropped back down to 10th. 2 laps to go and look at this. It's a 4-way scrap for the win in this sprint and we need to position ourselves very precisely to make sure we get the job done. Drugovich is in 10th and about to lose it by the look of it. His tyre wear has been horrendous. in this race, and we've dropped to third. That is absolutely not what we wanted to see. Perez has just put the hammer down and decided he wants to go for the win. So we need to deploy our battery, drive in clean air, see if we can get past Lance Stroll, who is worse off on his tyres than we are, but Perez is the best of the lot of us. We can zip past Stroll here. We might have a chance of catching Perez on the final lap. Let's jump on board with Hulkenberg. We're nowhere near. The Aston Martin with DRS is absolutely phenomenal. Russell stays in third. I mean, honestly, did we expect to finish ahead of an Aston Martin and a Red Bull? Not really. But it would have been fun. Let's attack on the tyres, see if we can get the move done into Ascari. Perez has just checked out, and we are blasting past Stroll for the second position that we started in. And we will hold position, and we will start on the front row for the Italian Grand Prix alongside Sergio Perez. Drugovich, though, is going to finish 11th. There's Hulkenberg across the line. He's actually got the fastest lap of the race.
Over the line.
And Drugovich, well, that wasn't a good performance, was it? We got as high as P5 and the tyre wear just kicked in. And he ends up 11th. We are ready to go for the Italian Grand Prix. Hulkenberg on the front row again, and Drugovich in the mid-pack now in 11th. Medium hard strategy for the pair of them, underfueled by a couple of laps. Nothing really more to add except let's do a motor race. Alrighty, we managed to secure second place in the sprint. Can we turn it into victory? Probably not, but the lights are out, the race is on. Hulkenberg, have you got a better start than yesterday? Yes. And we are maybe going to challenge Perez. No, here comes Stroll on soft tyres. And immediately we're down to third again. What's everyone doing on their tyres? Lots of softs. Lot of soft tyres. So maybe they'll box early. We'll see. I don't know what they'll go to. Maybe they'll go to mediums. We're back up into second place. Good job, Hulk. And Drugovich has held on to P11. So, yeah, we might be under pressure from a lot of people. Hulkenberg now back down to third. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? Oh, Hulkenberg has gone off. No! I was just about to tell you that Drugovich has fallen behind both Alpines, and it's just got worse. Hulkenberg has made a devastating error and then just sat there. I mean, he could definitely have got back on the track there. Oh, he's now 17th and finally back on the track. We've got damage to the underfloor. 13 places lost. This race has suddenly fallen apart for us. These are the errors that really did cost us last year. I know Drugovich didn't score as many points as he potentially could have, but Hulkenberg was in a lot of good positions and made mistakes like that. We've got another yellow flag. Drugovich has run wide now and lost a position. Dudes. I mean, we only lost one place, but that's bad enough. And now we're 12th and 17th, I think. I'm not happy. Now we've got a crash. Alonso seems to have been punted. It's all kicking off. Ocon and Alonso, of course it is. Of course it is. Oh, yeah, that's damage to both of those cars. That should be a safety car. I think that's put Drugovich back up into 10th place. It has. And Hulkenberg is now 16th. And Alonso is last. So Aston Martin are first and last. Lance Stroll currently winning the race. Hulkenberg is still 15th. Well, now 15th. But he's still behind Ricciardo, unable to make the pass. There's mistakes everywhere. It's just not going well for us today. After the highs of the sprint and finishing second after qualifying on the front row as well, we are really in the wars today. And this could be a bad day for us in the Constructors' Championship, scoring no points. Mercedes will accelerate away. Gasly's getting 2 points as it stands. Yeah, far from ideal. Maybe things can turn around later on, but we need Drugovich to get back in the points, really. We're about to make some pit stops. The AI have made some stops of their own and come out on fresh hard tyres. So we're going to come out on hard tyres as well, but we're going to hopefully have a bit of an advantage. Alonso's just made another lock-up, another mistake, and he's having a wretched race as well. Hulkenberg's going to come in on this lap, and what we're going to try and do is basically undercut him past Drugovich, who's now 5th on his mediums. We need to conserve some fuel with the Brazilian. Is it? Oh, it's a slow stop. Oh, if it just... When it all goes wrong, doesn't it? So we are having a terrible day. That's Ocon who's ahead of us. Has he stopped? I think he has, yeah. He did have a collision with Ricciardo earlier in which he damaged his wing again, having had it replaced. And he'll be in the pit lane soon to change those tyres and probably fix his wing as well. So Alpine in the mud at the moment, as well as us. Here's Drugovich. Hopefully we get a sensible stop out of the boys here. Down to the end of the pit lane we go. 3 seconds, that's fine. It just gets worse for Hulkenberg, doesn't it? He's had a spin now. This is just not the race for him. What's he done? At least I don't think he's damaged the car, because normally when you have spins here, they tend to go. They tend to go in the second part of the chicane. It's just not our day, is it? 15 laps to go. This is Felipe Drugovich. He's now 12th. He is chasing Fernando Alonso, who I think is on much older tyres. He is indeed, but he does have a faster car. So hopefully he can drag us along towards Lando Norris. The gap between them is just over 3.5 seconds. There is Lando in P10. We really do need to steal this final point. Hulkenberg's had a complete disaster of a race. Drugovich he's doing his best. He is fighting every inch of the way to get himself in a position to score a point. And he's following the double world champion ahead of him. And if Alonso is quick enough, we will be able to catch Norris. But it looks like Alonso is dropping back at the moment. And in fact, Drugovich is going to go past. He's going to say, see you later, Fernando. I'm faster right now. Let's crack on with this. There's still 13 laps to go. So I think we can catch Norris, because his tyres are at 61%, ours are at 70%. But Lando is exceptionally good on his tyres, so that difference will just shrink and shrink and shrink. Well, good news, Fernando Alonso has caught Lando Norris. Bad news, Felipe Drugovich has been left behind. So we are 1.5 seconds behind Alonso as we come round to start lap 50. And of course it would be Alonso who would sneak the point, wouldn't it? Tyre-wise, we've just dropped below 50%. Alonso's on really old hards, so we need to close in on him because he will struggle in the last couple of laps. We're just over a second back. If we can get within DRS, that would be a game changer. I think we might just do it here. Yeah, we will. There we go. DRS for us, and then we can keep with Alonso. And then hopefully, on the last lap, we can mug Lando Norris. Russell, has he just gone off? No, he's fighting with Hamilton. But we desperately need this solitary point. And Drugovich needs it too, because he's had a slightly rough start to the season. No points yet for him. So a point scored, a point really well earned as well, if he can do it. If he can do it. We need to deploy again. We're a second back again. Just because we're losing out on the battery. And this just isn't working out for us. We're going to have to just leave it in deploy. Hulkenberg is massively under-fueled. Do you know what? We're just going to retire the car. Save ourselves the embarrassment. In you come, Hulk. Right, Drugovich has DRS, but he's not close enough. And Alonso has P10 as well. So it's going to be more difficult to overtake. We need to save a gram of fuel as well. Drugovich now right in with this fight. We're going to send it to the inside of Norris, are we? Let's drive in clean air. High aggression overtakes. We just need to go for it, please, Drugovich. Round the outside we go. That's P11. Surely we can't pinch it. Oh, we can. Oh, Drugovich down the inside. We're not gonna do it. Oh, Alonso has just pipped us to the post. I can't believe this. Maybe over the line. Oh, we've missed out. Oh no. We've still got a lap to go. That was the penultimate lap for us. Okay. We're in it. We're in with this. Let's harvest the battery. Drugovich down the outside. I thought that was the last lap. Verstappen has won the race now. Let's deploy the battery. Come on Felipe, let's jump on board. Are we close enough? We're not close enough. Maybe, is he going to send it? No. We're not close enough. Push with the fuel. Come on. Come on. No, we're still... No, we're not going to get it. We're going to miss out by 0.2 of a second. Dang it. Oh, Alonso, you absolute scoundrel. You have robbed us of a point. And we come away from this empty-handed. But I think we need to get some claps in the chat. We're not in the chat. We're not on stream. We're on a video. Claps in the comments for Felipe Drugovich. That was a sterling effort. He gave it everything he had. Sadly, it wasn't quite enough for us to pick up a point. Hulkenberg retires from the race because he was going to run out of fuel. So a tough day at the office for us. And we walk away pointless. Well, there you go. Max Verstappen wins again. This is very realistic, this game, isn't it? And Hulkenberg drops down to P8 because Russell's P5 bags him 10 points. And because of our performance in the sprint, we actually extend our advantage over Alpine. So it's not all bad. The sprint result for Hulkenberg was actually really good. So that's at least some positive. Race day was... it was terrible, wasn't it? But Felipe did everything he could. He gave it his best, but sadly it wasn't quite enough. So we will move on to the next round in Suzuka, looking to bounce back. So there you go, our first race without points this season. It comes much sooner than it did in Season 1, but we'll be looking to bounce back in Suzuka in the next race. So make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel to make sure you join me in Suzuka. I'll see you next time. You're the best fans. Bye for now.